You better go grab a seat. Sounds like there's a crowd coming. Just bear with us, folks. The show will be starting soon. You better go grab a seat. Sounds like there's a crowd coming. Hee hee. And hello, everyone.
Hello. I am Nathan
Should we
Frank.
do the theme song today? You're watching Nature Time with Nathan. You're watching Nature Time with Nathan. In case you're wondering why David Suzuki wasn't free today, so you're watching Nature Time with Nathan. Well, seeing as that was a great use of my guitar lessons that I took as a kid, let's move right into Nature Time for the month of June. And June is an absolutely great month, okay? It's some of the longest daylight hours. Nature is just flourishing after all this rain we've had. Everything is bright, vibrant, and green. You also have beautiful flowers and colors, and the birds. Even the deer, I believe, in June turn a nice shade of brown, burgundy, just vibrant looking. So things are still green, waterways still have their water, and nature is alive and well with activity. Let's get right into this, as June has some of my favorite things happening in it, and I want to get to discuss these first. Bringing the show with a bang! We are talking about my love affair for trees, and how June is an awesome month to experience some cool tree stuff. Oh, let me just get this. Eastern cottonwoods, and what's cool about eastern cottonwoods in June is their little cotton fluff from their seeds comes out and starts covering the ground, the forest, starts blowing in the wind. It's just clouds of it, and it's actually a really cool sight when you think about it, because that only happens once a year, and it's kind of cool how it just takes over the scenery, and you don't really seem to notice it. It's all of a sudden snowing in June. Here's a video for you for reference. Just starting to get underway, so there's only a little bit of fluff, but soon you will have quite a bit of fluff, which does bring up an issue we have with the eastern cottonwood, and I do want to remind you to be cautious around this. So as I say, it covers the forest floors in this fluffy, extremely flammable substance, which as you can see, sometimes people set them on fire for fun and think it's fun, and usually there's no harm, but sometimes there is harm. Actually, often it is, especially with how dry our forests are. So remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Don't light cottonwood fluff on fire. I've seen it even at Rondo last year, where a part of the campground was burned and closed due to a spark from someone's fire hitting the cottonwood fluff. Anyways, moving on. Basswoods. This is my favorite tree to enjoy, just to immerse yourself in. As you can see here, here's photos of me and my wife smelling the basswood flowers, as they are one of the most heavenly scents on this planet. Honestly, it is just amazing if you get it at the right time. Like, obviously, a few days after peak ripeness and before, it's a little off. If you get it at the right moment, oh, it is just beautiful. And just to demonstrate, here we go, here's a little video of that. believe I found a basswood linden here. So here's a basswood tree. Let's take a whiff. On the Welland River. The perfume smell isn't very strong on this one. There it is. Now, you might not find too many basswoods planted around your neighborhood. They're not commonly planted in residential areas. But you have the lindens, which are from Europe, which have a smaller leaf, and they're a little bit of a different tree. They don't smell as nice, but you get a little bit of the scent. And often you just be walking down the street, and you get this whiff of basswoods, or tildas, lindens, and that would be them. So anyways, get out there and enjoy some basswoods or lindens, but try to find the real thing if you can. And what else we got? White pine pollen. Now, this one is more so affecting up north, where there you will see a pollen line on the rocks. That's usually how the water level, you can just see the water level from years to years by seeing where the pollen line is. But you'll notice if you go up north and then come back, or see people that came back from up north this month, the cars would just be yellow from the pollen. And a funny story here, me and my buddy Tim, we went camping a few years ago to Killarney in June, and that was the first trip we found the black flies. But the cool thing was, we also didn't know much about white pine pollen, so we portaged, and then we get to the next lake, and I'm loading up my gear and everything else, and I look down at my life jacket, and it's covered in mustard, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. And I'm looking at my bag got mustard all over it. I'm like, Tim, oh no, the mustard leak. Our summer sausages, we're gonna have to eat them dry without mustard. Oh no. Anyways, we go into the food pack to look at the mustard, find it's completely closed, no mustard anyways, and that's when I look at the lake and I'm like, Tim, the lake, when we both look at it, and it's just this whole yellow mass. Oh, you had to have been there. It's pretty amusing. Anyways, I guess I should move along with the show. Another great thing happening this time of year is to watch out for baby ducks. I always like seeing them, especially going up rivers, and watching their behavior, especially the different behavior between the parents and the baby ducks. Because the parents are trying to distract you from the baby ducks, and the baby ducks are incredibly well hidden. You wouldn't think it, but I don't know how to explain it. You'll see them, they'll be all of a sudden be going along the creek or the river, and one by one they'll just disappear into the bush. And you're like, where'd it go? Next thing you know, you're looking at one duck where there was 10 ducks there before. And meanwhile, the parent and mother is swimming off to the other side, trying to veer back and forth, trying to distract you and get your eyes there so you don't hunt their babies. We also got the birds. Lots of birds out right now. You're ending the migration, so things are going to start to quiet down a little bit. But now we're into the next phase of birds, where the baby birds are out. Those cute little baby birds. Someone was just telling me the other day when I was at Turkey Point yesterday that they saw a baby owl on the trail. That would have been a cool experience. I didn't see that, unfortunately. So, yeah, bats are giving birth. I just want to remind you to clean your feeders and to change your hummingbird food often to help stop the spread of this avian flu that's going around. We really want to make sure that our feathered friends are doing well and surviving this. Okay, let me see here. I also hear it's a really good time to see indigo buntings. I know for sure the only time I've seen them is about around this time of year. So they're a bright, vibrant, royalish blue, so you can't miss them. Look out for them. Also, your house wrens. This is always a particularly favorite of me, mainly because me and my grandpa spent a lot of time building birdhouses when I was young. So very fond memories there. So I got a wren house up in my backyard that me and my little brother Ethan built a few years ago. But so far no tenants. Did we get an image of that? There it is up there. It's a beautiful birdhouse. So if you know any house wrens looking for room and board, send them my way, please. Also, your Canada geese, so there are a lot of birds right now will be molting. They'll be losing their flight feathers, their weathered flight feathers, and exchanging them for growing new ones so they can fly back during the fall migration. So a lot of them are a little more sensitive, vulnerable right now. Some of your critters might not even look very good right now, so please be kind to your bird friends. They've had better days right now. As you can see, there are the geese, the difference between the tails versus the white down the tails there. We got some plants happening. So your last chance to catch any of the remaining spring ephemerals. Most are done. Your water lilies are in bloom. Your pitcher plants are coming out. I saw quite a few young pitcher plants popping up in Temagami last week. There's so many plants actually, it's quite overwhelming. You have some of my favorites are the black-eyed Susans will be appearing. Milkweed, like your swamp milkweed, will bloom this month. And what I particularly like is the wild raspberries. I love finding them, especially around the fence around work. Just take a little walk to make sure the perimeter is good and eat some nice tasty raspberries. You do have to make sure you're eating the right ones and not the bad ones. One way I personally like to tell if I'm eating one of the good raspberries or the bad ones is if I don't die in a few hours, that was one of the good ones. And actually, you know, I took a little trip yesterday to Turkey Point, and I got to look at some flowers and some massive oak trees. And the reason why I love Turkey Point and I wanted to be in an oak forest is the amount of diversity. I saw a crazy amount of insects. I even saw some fireflies mating, getting it on. Yeah, it was very diverse. Lots of insects I haven't ever seen before, so I really enjoyed my time. So here, enough of that. Let's get to the video. The Black Oak Savanna is my favorite trail there. So many ferns. Blazing Star. I don't know the names of all of these. Please help me out if you know them. And that's that. Okay, what is up next on the show? We got frogs. So your bullfrogs will be starting their calls any day now to add to the summer musical ensemble, mostly at nights. This one lasts mostly into July, so it's a strong sign of summer is on its way. It reminds me of all my summer days hanging out in the Rondo Marsh. And so let's talk about insects here for a second. The black flies are out in most areas now. Luckily, I haven't found too many flies ever in southern Ontario, so I don't feel there's too much to worry about around here. Mosquitoes, though, I can't say the same. They are here and they are out. I have been bit quite a few times. I haven't been finding them too bad this year as I have in some other years past. I also haven't been to my cottage, which is usually really bad. But actually, for the most part, things have been quite pleasant on the bug front. The deer flies and horse flies are coming, though. They should be getting active towards the end of the month, so look forward to that, everyone. What is super cool right now is the fireflies will be coming out and lighting up your lawn. That was a particular favorite of mine. I always enjoy this light show. So you might want to know, how could you attract them to your yard? You can plant native pine trees. That would be really helpful, such as your eastern white pine. Don't cut the grass very often. That will help keep them from getting killed all the time. Install a water feature. And turn off the landscape lighting. That is a great tip right there. And let's cut to a segue there of my my native garden that I've been working on that I'm hoping to will attract things like fireflies and a whole bunch of variety of other insects. And I think it is already working because I saw a pretty cool flying insect today. Nothing really too exciting happening in the night sky this month, but I also got to ask, who is staying up that late? You know, it doesn't get dark till like 9, 10 o'clock right now, and that's just starting to get dark. You actually got to stay up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to see the night sky. I don't got time for that, even though I do work night shift. Anyways. The summer solstice is on June 21st, 2022, marking the longest day of the year. So enjoy the daylight, people. This is a great time to get outside. Just beware, guys, of mosquitoes and ticks. I recommend your long sleeve shirt tucked into your pants, tucked into your socks, with spray bug spray around your ankles and maybe your knees if you're worried about ticks. And then for the mosquitoes, do as you like, spray wherever. Just try not to inhale or eat the spray. Also be careful because a lot of the sprays will be toxic and destroy other things like valuable, especially plastics. My recommendation always, I like mosquito netting. It's one of my favorite. And that is it for the show this week. Oh, wait, whoa, one more thing. Oh, fishing. So up north, most of the species are open. Down here, we have quite a few species open. Bass opener though is June 25th, and just I don't know if we should be like zooming in here or something, but look at these fish. It's a nice bass, nice smallmouth bass over there for me, and a nice big lake trout. Oh yeah, gotta show the fish. Just want to say thank you guys for watching. Oh shoot. I believe. Just want to say, everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, found something interesting in it, maybe learned something new, and I hope it inspires you to get outside and enjoy nature this month. Please write for me any letters you have of concern or message me on Facebook. I love to hear how your outdoor activities are going and if you saw anything cool. And watch out for the white pine mustard.